Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I am Nadia Kashif, your SST teacher. Previously, we have completed chapter 10 of geography book. Now we are starting our history book. So today is our lecture 1 of chapter 5, Mughal Empire Ascendancy of the British. In chapter 4, we have critically reviewed the decline of Mughal central authority after Aurangzeb Alamgir's death, and the rise of Sikhs, Jats, Rajputs, and Marathas in different parts of subcontinent. We have also studied about Nadir Shah of Afghanistan and the arrival of European nations in the subcontinent and their interference in politics of subcontinent. In this chapter, we will continue analyzing the decline of Mughal rule during 18th century and the mid 19th century AD. The main topics of today's lecture are role of Ahmadshah Abdali in the Third Battle of Panipat, consequences of Battle of Baksha and hold of East India Company on Bengal. We will also analyze the state of Mughal Empire during the rule of last two Mughal emperors, Akbar II and Bahadur Shah II. Ahmadshah Abdali. Ahmadshah Abdali is also known as Ahmadshah Durrani. He is regarded as the founder of modern state of Afghanistan. He was a general of Nadir Shah, also known as Nadir Shah Durrani. Ahmad Shah was appointed as the king of Afghanistan in July 1747 after the murder of Nadir Shah. As a successor of Nadir Shah, he claimed the ownership of Punjab and led an attack in 1748 to take Punjab. After defeating the governor of Punjab, he marched forward, but Mughal Emperor Ahmad Shah Bahadur defeated him near Sirhind. He was forced to return to Afghanistan. In 1757 AD, when Ahmad Shah took back Lahore, Abdali attacked on Delhi, Agra and Oudh, but soon returned back. Third Battle of Panipat 1761. This battle was fought at Panipat, which is a city in Haryana, India. The Third Battle of Panipat 1761 was fought between the forces of Durrani Empire and Maratha Empire. Ahmad Shah Durrani came from Afghanistan to save the Mughal Empire in Delhi, whereas the Maratha Empire wanted to capture Delhi. So a fierce battle was fought at Panipat, in which Ahmad Shah Durrani was victorious. Now let's see what were the main causes of Battle of Panipat. Number 1. Decline of the Mughal Empire. After Aurangzeb, Mughal Empire had become weak and lawlessness was prevalent. Number 2. Expansion of Maratha Confederacy. Marathas, who were Hindus, had captured large parts of India which were once under the control of Mughals, and now Mughal emperors were reduced to mere puppets. Role of Shah Waliullah. Shah Waliullah was an Islamic scholar of 18th century who wanted to retain Mughal empire and curtail the power of Marathas. So he invited Ahmad Shah to fight against the Marathas. So the Third Battle of Panipat was fought on 14th of January 1761 AD between the Maratha Empire and invading Afghan army of Ahmad Shah Durrani. Let's see what were the outcomes of this battle. This battle was won by Ahmad Shah Abdali, and he appointed Shah Alam II as the Emperor of Delhi, and he returned back to Afghanistan. After this battle, Marathas were vanquished completely and Muslims got a new strength. It was the time for Mughals to strengthen their rule again, but they did not take advantage of this situation. This power vacuum gave way to the British supremacy. Battle of Baksar. Battle of Baksar was fought at Baksha. Baksha was a small town in Bihar at that time. Battle of Baksha was fought on 22nd of October 1764 between the forces of the British East India Company led by Major Hector Munro and the combined armies of Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, Nawab of Oudh, Shujauddaulah and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Now let's see what were the causes of Battle of Baksha. The main causes were number 1, strained relations between Mir Jafar and East India Company. After the Battle of Plassey, Mir Jafar was installed as the Nawab of Bengal, but actually he was a puppet. He could not fulfill the increasing demands of the British, so the British deposed him and appointed his son-in-law Mir Qasim as the Nawab of Bengal. Number 2. Appointment of Mir Qasim. British thought that they would be able to control Mir Qasim, but Mir Qasim refused to be controlled and wanted independence from the East India Company's authority. So the British overthrew him and reappointed Mir Jafar. So the third reason is reappointment of Mir Jafar. To get back his area, Mir Qasim forged an alliance with Shah Alam II and Nawab of Oudh. Despite having a large army, the combined forces could not defeat the well-organized army of the British. As a result, this battle proved itself to be a turning point in the history of India. The British became the virtual rulers of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Okay, now let's study about the last 3 Mughal emperors of subcontinent. Shah Alam II. Shah Alam II, son of Alamgir II, was born in 1728 AD. He was also known as Ali Gohar. He was defeated by British in 1764 AD at the battlefield of Baksha, and in the Treaty of Allahabad he yielded the territories of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa to East India Company. It was promised that company would pay 26 lakh rupees per annum to him. In 1788 AD, Ghulam Qadir Rohela blinded Shah Alam II, but he remained emperor. In 1803 AD, the British captured Delhi and granted a pension for Shah Alam II. He died in 1806 AD. Akbar Shah II. Akbar Shah II was born in 1760 AD. He was son of Shah Alam II and father of last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. He is also known as Mirza Akbar. His powers were practically confined within the Red Fort of Delhi. He was also a pensioner of British. He died in 1837 AD after ruling for 31 years. Bahadur Shah II. Last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah II, also known as Bahadur Shah Zafar, was son of Akbar Shah II. He was born in 1775 AD. He was also a nominal emperor and pensioner of the British. People chose him as their commander at the time of 1857 War of Independence, but he was incapable of leading the people towards victory. War of Independence concluded in May 1858 AD. British sent him to Rangoon as a prisoner. Bahadur Shah Zafar is also famous for his literary aspect. He was a good poet and patronized a number of poets like Mirza Ghalib, Zauq, Momin Khan Momin. He died in Rangoon in 1862 AD. With this, our first lecture comes to an end. Now let's see which exercise questions are related to today's topics. Short question number 2. Who was the last ruler of Mughal Empire? Detailed question number 1. Describe the attacks of Ahmadshah Abdali against India. Question number 2. Analyze the Battle of Baksha. Question number 3. Describe the situation of Mughal Empire during the reign of last two emperors, Akbar II and Bahadur Shah Zafar. I hope you would be able to solve these questions. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.